very much, Thomas, for giving us this warm welcome. This warm welcome back to the CORSAIr DreamLeague Season 11. The Stockholm Major, live from the Monster Energy DreamHack Studios. We were only gone for like a second, but in the second, a lot of things have happened.
Wow.
Like the first couple of bans, like the first pick on Liquid. We have seen the abandoned first pick on the side of Secret before, and they used it as a position 5, and it looks like Kuro might have taken a page out of Puppy's
Is he
playbook.
copying?
He is.
He is copying.
He's copying his old team Secret friend.
Yeah, I've heard that was the best thing to do.
What if it's Poppy that's copying Liquid from a
That is true too. We don't know which one
Someone is
came
copying,
first.
though.
Someone is copying.
Well, they left out the Lone Druid, so maybe we can see a Matumamin Lone Druid. It's pretty possible. Works fine with Abaddon. I wouldn't be surprised to just see Abaddon offlane as well. Could be possible. So I don't think it's like specifically meant for position 5.
It's true. It's a flex pick.
Yes! Pangolier! Been waiting for this hero to make it through the bans. Heck yeah! That's what I want to see from a team like J.Storm. Get that very OP hero while it is right now and use it to your advantage against somebody like Liquid. Probably not going to work though. I'm sure Liquid has played against a lot of Pango.
Yeah, but it could be good. Just create that massive amount of chaos in a team fight. You don't know what's happening and you're all getting stunned and die, so that should be pretty simple.
Now,
Chaos. No one can control chaos.
Chaos!
Not even Liquid.
Pangolier.
Yes. Now, you were talking earlier about the Grimstroke counter to Pangolier.
Grimstroke and Puck are both pretty heavy counters, so if they're gonna open up with the same as Secret, I was gonna say, then they could have had a Puck, but they're not gonna do that because they open with the abandoned Monkey King instead.
Now, this is exactly what you were talking about earlier. We saw this from Secret last time. Monkey King and the Abaddon, the double 4 hitters.
Yes.
Big
Not
pain
in the
hit.
same order, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah.
The double 4 hitters, we do. I mean, are we kind of thinking that the Abaddon is going to be position 5?
That's probably what they're going to start off with, but they just have it open for sure. Like, they could just switch it to 3, but they're probably starting it off like it's probably a support.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the Monkey King is good against Pangolier in the lane. Easy, zone him out, just hit him. They can, and also Monkey King can lane wherever he wants. So, you know, the draft so far from Liquid is pretty open. But J.Storm also is pretty open. Pangolier, we see in mid as well sometimes. So this is kind of how you want to start your draft, not pick your Ursa, you know?
Yeah, that's
Calm
true.
down with that. Just calm down.
What do you think about Pango, man? I think it's actually pretty good.
It is very good.
Yeah.
I play against him in pubs. It's super annoying.
Yeah.
He's too strong. All he got was like 4+ damage or whatever. Now he's like killing everyone. It's not fair.
Okay. That's a very intense argument there.
4+ damage.
You think you know better than Ice Frog?
I do. Did you see what it did to Wisp?
What?
Like 1 patch ago?
Yeah?
Yeah. Completely busted.
Okay.
Yeah.
In a good way or in a bad way?
He was super broken. He ruined all pubs for 2 weeks.
But broken considers that it's not
brokenly
whole, so
bad.
Brokenly bad.
Yes.
And now
For
it's
2
brokenly
weeks we
good?
endure it. Now it's a normal hero, so we don't see it that much anymore.
Okay, so we should be ready to have him added back to the captain's mode?
Yeah. He should be. He should be available now again. I forgot if he was gone, actually.
Do you ever think about the end of your sentence before you begin the sentence?
I usually don't think.
All right. So, standard bans, as we're seeing last time. J.Storm was pretty spooked by that Bane last time, so not surprised to see that go out there. And then Leshrac Viper, can't be more surprised. I mean, that's pretty standard. But let's talk about Sven.
Yeah.
Seen a lot of Sven. Does that warrant a ban in this meta?
I think that's mostly something that J.Storm is very comfortable with. We've seen Sven a couple times as support, I'd say.
Yeah.
A couple times as core. Like, for example, during the minor, we saw him here and there, but it wasn't like he was super dominant or anything.
Yeah, they probably paid off Bulba, you know. Got some info about J.Storm.
That's a wild accusation, but I'll take it. Sure.
They know some insight about J.Storm, so they just ban these heroes.
Okay.
That's how, I mean, this is a major. You do whatever it takes to win.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Are you talking from experience? Have you seen these backhanded deals before?
Weird things that happen.
What
I can't go into it because we're live. Calm down. The draft are a maiden. He made it a lot. It's a nice
Did
hero.
they? Oh my god, they actually did.
Crystal Maiden.
She got some sweet love. Plus 20 armor now, I believe it is.
When her ulti is active, however, maybe Abaddon can just stand there and hit her 4 times and then she's not able to do anything.
It's a great point, Sheaves. You know?
Finally get that hitting under control. Why Crystal Maiden? Normally you want to have a Crystal Maiden with someone that can spam spells, right? Is there any, like, because you can use the mana aura?
Hey, you gotta benefit the mana, and Pangolier is definitely a hero that does that.
Okay.
Naturally doesn't have too much mana in his toolkit, and might be giving us a little sneak peek into what else is coming up here, Sheaves. Could see some very mana spammy heroes. Perhaps a Storm Spirit?
I don't know about that. That hero still, I've seen it tried. It's dead for a little bit longer. It needs like a few more buffs.
Nice.
Then we can talk.
How about Storm Spirit as a support? But then you already have a Rubik and a Crystal Maiden. Let's not do that.
Crystal Maiden core with the talent? I see where you're going. Like it. Not really, though. Nyx Assassin, pretty standard support here, and I actually really like that after you see the Crystal Maiden pick. You know, you're guessing, okay, maybe they have someone that's going to have some mana issues. Here we go. Pick up an early Nyx, and then that's already countered. Then you're stuck with CM doing nothing.
Yep, and CM is considerably a nice food for the Nyx Assassin. If you're going to go hunting and you see Crystal Maiden, that's great.
Yeah, very delicious.
And the Nyx Assassin has a break too, which is pretty good. To not give mana to other people if you break the Crystal Maiden, her aura stops working.
Yeah, that's very true.
I'm not sure if that's good enough, but you know, I'll take it.
So, still got hope for that lone druid in this game, though. I mean, still available. It'd be hype.
It's
Still in there.
probably Matumberman playing the Monkey King. He usually does it, from what I remember. Like, Monkey King is not the super hard carry that you want Miracle on usually. He wants to be the winning hero. So that hero will just be the more rotator going around, jumping around. So it's probably Matumberman, sadly enough. And still, we don't know for sure which of these are supports. It could still be Nyx offlane or Abaddon offlane.
Yep.
So,
Or Monkey King offlane.
yes.
Probably not, but yeah.
Hopefully not, yeah. Well, I don't know. If I had to choose between who's going to be my support, I think you probably want to go Abaddon in this case. Nyx has a lot that he can actually bring to this game, especially with all these squishy guys. Abaddon, we saw his strength earlier today, and he was great. I mean, just TP in, help out the team.
If you have a Nyx Assassin as a core, though, I always feel like the moment he's level 6, it's so obvious what he's going to do. So I'd rather have them both be support.
Whoa.
Abaddon, position 5, Nyx Assassin, position 4, and then Monkey King core. And then you pick 2 more cores after this. And there's a Venomancer on the other side, by the way.
They picked it pretty early as well. I feel like it's not. I love Venomancer, but this game, it's not super duper. Like, you want to do it against heroes that have to move around a lot, like Ursa or anyone who walks around. But Monkey King, he can jump around, so he doesn't care too much.
Can you shield off the Gale?
Yes, you can just shield it, and that's the problem. Abaddon kind of counters him, so that's a little bit confusing. I'm a little bit confused. But late game, Venomancer, he just wins. If it goes late game, that hero is a boss, so...
Is that just because of the massive magical damage from Poison Sting? Or?
Yeah, just so much damage, and you just kite, and it's just so easy to win these fights, because you just kite non-stop. Big long fights.
Okay.
That's the offlaner.
Another good hero, kind of against Venomancer.
And then we're missing a core on the side of Liquid. And that means Nyx Assassin is a position 4. What do we need on the side of J.Storm? Because they need a little pick-me-up. With the Veno that they have is already countered by the Abaddon. They've got some teamfight in the side of the Pangolier. They actually got decent teamfight with the Venomancer and the Crystal Maiden, but who's going to be the right clicker, the last hitter?
Yeah, they definitely need somebody on the front line, too. I mean, look at how squishy all these people are, you know? You got any kind of burst damage hero on Liquid, and these guys are screwed.
And you want something good against Darkseer lane as well.
So something that works against Darkseer is the... Well, Crystal Maiden is pretty good against Darkseer. You can Frostbite the Iron Shell creep so that he doesn't move.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. But someone who traditionally does well is obviously Lifestealer and Anti-Mage. And we have the Anti-Mage banned by J.Storm themselves.
And Lifestealer is still pretty good hero, so he is a viable... There's also the Doom that sometimes, but then it's not really the
They are going all in.
Yeah,
if that's
a bit risky. Can still be pick Lone Druid against that as well. I don't know if they play it, though, so it's... If they have a player who goes for that,
J.Storm?
Possible. Yeah.
I'm sure someone of them.
Yeah, but that hero requires a lot of skill, Sheaver. Not anyone can play that hero.
Okay. Great. So,
Sorry.
all right.
What's the last pick gonna be for Team Liquid? They have to pick first, so it's up to them. With the anti-mage ban, is there anything that we can... Because would anti-mage have been good for Liquid? They ban out the Razor.
All right, Life
They just
Stealer
take
is. Interesting.
And they ban... Yeah, well, I mean, that's...
And you have,
I mean, obvious, otherwise they would have banned it.
Yeah, and they have decent delivery. They can do it in Nyx, which, I mean, I guess that won't happen too much. But just a good hero against Venomancer as well. You can just rage.
But the Gale is gonna be still on you when you rage.
Yeah.
However, you can get shielded and then you're fine.
Right. I feel like this is probably going to be a very easy Life Stealer game. I mean, BKB is already such a great spell with this lineup already. He's got one built in. He can just run at people if he gets any kind of farm and destroy anybody but Pango. And Pango's just going to roll away and pray to God. And Slark coming out here.
What?
Look at Team Squish over here, man. Woo! Those guys need to get some early game victory or this is going to be a 15-minute game. Oh.
Yeah.
Gee wills.
That's a very... That lane is not too strong either.
He's
so.
a fish. What? So Slark against Darkseer is pretty bad, right?
It doesn't sound the greatest. And they removed the pounce damage as well. So that hero... Kind of want to snowball with that hero because you get that permanent agility now. But I don't know how many kills you're going to get.
You want to predict this game for us?
I'll predict Liquid because I think their lineup is just better. Because it is better.
Okay. Oh, you don't leave a lot of
I won't
room
tell
there.
you why.
Go ahead.
I won't tell you why.
Okay, whatever. I'm going to go for Liquid as well.
Copy.
I don't really understand their... I mean, they have so
You
much
don't
magical
understand, we get
damage. Life Stealer's got a built-in BKB. Seems like an easy game to me.
Same for me. For me, Slark is the big question mark. I am going to be very happy if I get proven wrong, but I just don't believe in that hero. And in this game, therefore, I don't believe in J.Storm. But
You're a hater.
I'm not a hater. And I know two people who are also not haters. Moxie and Lizard. They're not haters.
It's great.
Are you a hater, Lizard?
I don't know. She says
She
that
says,
we're-
I don't know. She sounds kind of like a hater a little bit, right?
a little bit, yeah. But she says we aren't haters. So.
That's true. All right, no, you're right. We'll back up our girl Sheaves there. But yeah, so Slark is the question mark.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't hate Slark that much. It is a trump card, and when team is in a pickle, such as J.Storm is right now, I think they can experiment a bit, pick that Slark. Slark isn't really that horrible versus the Nyx or the Darkseer. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting, definitely. The Veno versus Monkey King on mid. If Monkey goes mid, it can be good for Veno as well. So it's not the worst lineup. The problem is that Veno is a core and he's playing versus Abaddon. Like, he's gonna take down that Gale. He's gonna just destroy this hero on his own. A position 5 is gonna counter your position 2. That doesn't sound right.
Seems like the name of the game lately has just been that Liquid just countering the drafts coming out from J.Storm. And I know I'm also very concerned. You've got that's Slack's just going on and on about squishy heroes. They've got a Crystal Maiden. That Crystal Maiden is going to have a terrible game, I think. Just with the amount of people who are just going to go after her.
It's definitely not an easy game for Crystal Maiden.
No.
She's gonna be giving some mana to that Veno, to Rubik. So
It's pretty much going to be her job is to
give mana.
Give mana, yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't die, stay alive, give us the mana, and
Rubik gonna be able to spam Fade Bolt, Swashbuckle from Pango. Pango is really strong in the meta, a really strong meta hero, so it's gonna be interesting.
It's going to be
see.
enough, though. Again, not a hater, but I'm a little bamboozled here.
A little NA Dota hater, maybe.
Look at March, though. Look at that aggression. Get him, Crystal Maiden. Throw those snowballs.
I mean, March loved playing Crystal Maiden forever, I think, as well. He loved playing offlane Crystal Maiden, too. So this team loves Crystal Maiden, yeah.
I've watched the offlane Crystal Maiden. I've seen it succeed in some of his pubs, but again, this is not pubs. This is
He played
Liquid.
it. He played it in official games, too.
Did he?
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
one? I can't remember now.
A long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, they still had a Bosnian player. I still hate them for that. Just removing a Bosnian player. We Bosnians, we had one player. One single player in Milan, and they kick him. And they kick him before a major. What a terrible thing to do.
All right there, hater. Calm down.
Okay,
Dial it back a notch.
I'm done.
All right.
Go Liquid. Let's go Liquid. I'm not biased.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But it's going to be kind of interesting to see how this all goes down here in the lane, see how the Slark ends up doing. And they have a really good point, right? They've got some great answers with the fact that, you know, the Lifestealer has that Rage, has the built-in BKB. It's going to be pretty
Yeah, but look at that spam. Kuro, my friend, he's spamming out the Mystic whatever. I'm done.
Coil.
Coil.
Gets the denial off, too. He's like, you know what, I'm low enough. Whatever. We'll go back.
Goes back to base.
Easy peasy. Don't even have to jump that tower.
I was actually talking with Fogged on the minor, and he said, like, when is Abba gonna be picked? Because that hero with the buffed Mist Coil, like, he can definitely be a strong support. The only question is how much he does later. This is a perfect game for Abaddon, I think, because he does a lot later as well. He's not like playing versus Bat or something like that, but he still is very useful versus the Crystal Maiden, versus the Venomancer. So I think a really good position 5. However, comboing him with something like Nyx does look a little bit awkward. It is Liquid though, so they'll make it work.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Now, I was having a conversation with Jenkins, too, about, you know, the Abaddon pick, just because of the fact, you know, he can spam Mist Coil. It becomes very annoying, almost like a Skywrath Mage in a sense, right?
Yeah.
It's the harass that you're able to throw out. And, you know, in the case in the laning phase, too, you know, you get a little bit too low for your own liking, and you just, you know, deny yourself, go back, heal up.
Yeah, that's
Easy
exactly
peasy.
what he's doing right now. The only issue is you can't deny yourself all the time because you need to wait for that TP cooldown.
Right, right. So, you know.
Yeah, deny yourself every time you have a port off cooldown.
Right, GH lands that Impale.
He's getting really low, but Kuro there saved the day.
No problem for him, he's fine.
On the bottom lane, Darkseer just creep skipping, having a blast.
Well, this is kind of the, Tips and I used to talk about this, the gentleman's agreement, so to speak, right? You're allowed to...
I wouldn't call people that creep skip gentlemen like that.
But the idea that, you know, you're going to keep all 3 heroes here in the top lane, you're just going to let the bottom 2 farm up, do their own thing.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like, it's a stalemate in a sense,
Yeah,
but you have to be careful.
It is a stalemate, but I think Darkseer might be benefiting a bit more from this. You can see with the CS as well, especially because he can pull the wave to the medium camp over there and then farm the medium camp and the creep wave. Same can be said for Pango. He can pull it to the hard camp, but that hard camp was, I believe, blocked by Radiant sentries.
He's impaled, so just... GH, so patient every time. It's just like, all right, well, I'm all, you know, pounced up. I'll just wait a minute, wait for them to get into a beautiful little line, and there's a very dead...
And we didn't miss it. We were watching mid.
No,
we weren't watching
it.
Monkey, but we were watching mid, so First Blood not missed. Braille does get it. Venomancer, as I said, can work well versus Monkey King on mid. You have a lot of slow on that Gale versus him, so he cannot chase you down and get Shingu masteries up. It is a pretty decent lane for him, and you can see the CS is kind of even, but with that First Blood, Veno should take over.
It's all about the kiting too, for sure, with having that Venomancer there.
And another issue that I see on that lane is there's no one to help out Matu. Like, you can't really gank this lane. With who? With Nyx? It's not gonna happen.
Right.
Like, they don't have an aggressive power in their 2 supports whatsoever. Nyx, it's possible, but it's very hard, and we'll see. He is hovering around that haste rune. Maybe with the haste rune he can go mid, but...
Yeah, he's making his way over there. Speedy little lobster here. Go get the Impale over here, trying to just get a little bit. Matua's getting very, very low. We'll have to go try to lifesteal off. Bryle now is chasing him down. They're going to be able to get this kill. They're trying so hard. He's going to try to heal up, but nope, the Fade Bolt comes out from Fear.
Even South faced this. Honestly, I mean, okay, Mu is going to be pressured a bit, but he's fine.
Alright, he's alright.
And they kill Monkey again. He now has to take the famous walk of shame. Yeah, the walk of shame mid, no port. So it's horrible for him.
It's like GH might have to be a little bit careful. Does have the Ion Shell on him. He'll try to mess with Forever a little bit. He's getting very, very low though. He can turn this around. Yeah, he misses the Impale. They could go right back in again, but they're just gonna go try to grab those runes up. J.Storm feeling real good right now with all those runes.
Yeah, I think the issue that Liquid has is basically what we mentioned before. This combination of supports that they've got going for them isn't really very aggressive.
Oh, Kuro! He gets the denial off. See you later, nerds.
That's really good. Mo getting really low, and that's not really great for him. He would definitely like to be left alone here so he gets some experience, but you can't really do that, right? As he's aggressed all the time by this Abaddon.
In the bottom lane, like you said, you know, we talk about the gentleman's agreement, but at the same time, certain heroes do come out on top of that, and with the Darkseer being able to pull over, like you were saying, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, Pango is 30-60 CS though. He's doing kind of alright. Not
But
too shabby.
who's going to be the bigger threat, right? When
it's
they
hard.
hit that peak first, is the question,
Darkseer
right?
definitely benefits a lot from those utility items, and his team benefits a lot from them. Even if he goes for Helm of Dominator, it is versus Crystal Maiden, but you can still go for it. But Pango, he just needs that Javelin, honestly. He gets that first Javelin and he's just crazy. The amount of damage that he gets and farming speed is just way too good for him.
And like getting the levels too, like we do have the level 6 online for him, so he could start trying to, you know, make some moves, put some pressure down on the map if he wants to.
The problem with Pango, however, that I see here for J.Storm is that it is a safe lane Pango.
Bottom lane. He's gonna go, starts the wind up, but
he's fine.
Middle
Not even close.
no sweat, right? No sweat off his brow.
Who said it? Was it Slacks? I think he said, like, when you're playing Pango, it feels like you're playing a
different game?
A different game. Like, you're just
playing
enjoying.
pinball.
Yeah, you're just enjoying yourself. It's
There's the rage coming out. Moo gonna have to go and flippity flop his way out of there.
Dire's middle tower is
And
under
a
attack.
bit of pressure being placed down here by Mind Control
Radiant's
and
bottom
GH,
tower
but
is
we do
under
start to
attack.
see, you know, these rotations coming out. We're not seeing the tri-lanes any longer. They're trying to put a bit more pressure down and maybe allow just some more, you know, levels to get up over onto Lifestealer too.
I'm just wondering what Darkseer's item progression is going to be like. I think that's going to impact Liquid's game the most that he goes for. As if he does go for that utility early on, they can fight against Bryle and pressure him. But because Bryle is having an amazing game, you can see he has that buckler going to mech.
Yeah, well, what are they going to do to him, you know? Again, they turn their attention now over onto Kuro. He's only sitting at level 3. He uses the Aphotic Shield.
Alright.
Is everyone going back to farming now? Just chilling out.
They're gonna protect Vano a little bit. They know that he is very tanky and that he is farmed. So they're expecting some rotations to come from Liquid, but I don't see it happening, honestly. Like, Liquid, their aggressive potential in this part of the game is basically zero. They don't have it.
It's a bit tough too, right? Because they don't have much for lockdown. Really coming out from the side of Liquid. Although Moo's sitting very, very low. That Aphotic Shield, if this pops off, this could be the end of our fishy friend. And there it is. Kuro gets a kill over onto Moo here top lane. And we'll just see Lifestealer hitch a ride on the creeps on his way out.
I mean, they have no aggressive potential, but they bait that Slark super hard. And I think Moo just overestimated his strength there, honestly. Because I do see why you want to be trading hits as Slark. But with that bounce off cooldown, I don't know why he remained there. He needed to run.
This tower is going down super, super fast though here in the mid lane.
That mech on Bryle. Mech and snakes, you just can't approach it.
No.
Just plant some snacks around and take down the tower.
I believe they're Hydralisks. Little mini Hydralisks.
Mini little Hydras, alright. I mean, Vano used to be a Hydra in Dota. He's a Hydralisk, actually.
Right, yeah.
Oh!
Please, sir.
Missed that Gale.
Just continuously, it almost feels a little bit like a Timbersaw in a sense, right? Or like a Broodmother. You just plop them in a lane, let them create some space, let them farm up, and just take your towers until, you know, the rest of the team's ready to kind of group. But again, we have not seen the Pango ulti come out here just yet. A little bit of a hop here, over here onto Pango. Will be able to just go, swashbuckle himself out. He's in for a little bit of trouble. He's going to go for the roll wind-up, and they'll turn back around. He's going to try to get as many bounces off this corner as possible. No, it's going to be the rotation coming out now from Bryle. For Darkseer. Mind Control, you're not going nowhere there, Cupcake. Though GH might have found himself a another friend, but no, can they get enough damage off in time? It's not going to be enough.
That Ion Shell just disappeared on the Nyx, so he couldn't go for the kill on Pango. If it was there for 5 more seconds, maybe he gets the kill, but it was a hard one, definitely. And that position in which they fought, it was perfect for Pango. And you can see that this is not really casual Liquid. This isn't common for them to have these heroes that aren't really doing a lot right now. They like GH, last game Elder Titan, this game Nyx. Like, yeah, he has a stun, but his skill potential isn't really there yet, right? Like, he cannot do a lot.
It's not as massive, definitely.
It's not, yeah. So that's why that Pango manages just to turn that easily, because they're trying to make moves with heroes that aren't really capable of making them. However, later on they do scale quite well. This Midas on Lifestealer, the item has been nerfed, but it hasn't been nerfed to a point in which Nyx does not buy it. I think it's still very strong on Ice Stealer.
Bra's feeling very, very strong right now. Just invading over here, right over to a shrine where anyone can TP, but he knows he does have some backup here from March.
I mean, look at him, 2 raid bans, Mac. I understand completely why he feels that way. We're gonna have a pipe on Pango. We're gonna have Greaves on Venomancer. They definitely want to pressure a Liquid real hard early on.
Mind control. There's gonna be the steal coming out here from the Rubik. It's Surge.
Dire's structures.
Just look how far back Liquid's forced to go right now. And look for Rev. He winds up. He knows he's got some nice angles. He's just gonna pinball himself back and forth, and eventually take down. Mind control. Fear finds that open. They're gonna jump forward again. They find themselves. GH does get that Spike Carapace up, but the lift coming out here and the Frostbite coming through. Brile gonna be able to get himself a kill and squish a little bug.
Yeah, honestly, J.Storm is stomping them right now, but it isn't only because they're playing amazingly well, which they are, but they're doing fine, but their heroes just allow them to do it. Like when you see these 2 drafts, yeah, J.Storm is squishy, but Liquid, they have no spells. They have nothing to work with. They have no spells and no items. Like, Nyx went for a Midas. He's not gonna join these fights anytime soon. The only guy that's gonna be able to do something is this, a little Monkey King that's hiding on the trees. He's the one. He's basically the trump card for Liquid. They need him. Before Nyx gets 6, they at least need this Monkey to be rotating around, but he's had a rough lane as well. So overall, I'm still expecting Liquid to pull out some Liquid magic and just, I don't know, do something crazy. But
oh, he goes right underneath the ward. They'll turn around. They've got their eyes on GH, and just like that, he's gone.
They have invested 4 heroes here, but they aren't really losing a lot because Slark is still farming under the tower.
Well, I imagine they're going to translate this into... Oh, maybe not. All right, I was thinking that they might translate it into a tower push and just keep making more space for Moo. But you do see them kind of wandering around that middle lane. I'm not sure.
We did see Moo going for Midas as well. So we're gonna have 2 Midases and 2 cores, one on Nyx, one on Slark. I don't know, I just have a feeling that there's something missing on this build from Slark too.
Oh no, Kuro gets tossed right back. They do use the Rolling Thunder though. But again, probably going... Oh, they're going back in. They find themselves a little bug over here. Spike Carapace wears off. Lucky Chuck does proc. Miracle making his way over. There's only so much that he can really do right now against all of this nastiness.
Greaves have been used, and they heal up.
Oh, Moo, though. Mind control, just casually... I guess you call it a 1v1 even though he's got a centaur, right?
I don't know what you call it, but that shouldn't be happening.
It should not be happening.
Yeah, that solo kill from Mind Control should definitely not be happening because J.Storm, this whole push of theirs is useless, futile if their Slark dies.
Miracle, Felix won't be able to go use the Infest over on one of their own creeps. Calls himself a local Uber here. And he just pops on out again, but he's got to run himself out. He can't deal with all of these guys right now, especially not without the backup of the team.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I love how Marsh just like doesn't even care to lifesteal. Just come back here. Wasn't done with you yet.
Yeah,
normally you're terrified of
They're
life.
so strong right now, and basically, I don't feel like they're on a big of a timer per se, but Monkey King is farming quite well. He has almost the Echo Saber, right? So that's gonna allow him to fight. While Moo is going for this Midas, and it's a delayed Midas. He died twice on this lane, I believe. He didn't really farm that well either. His team is taking objective, which is giving him a little bit of a boost, but I think that he should be doing a bit more.
Oh, that smoke coming out. They'll be able to frostbite here over onto GH to land over onto Slark, but he's in for a world of trouble because they're just going to run down GH. Spike Carapace comes through, buys him a little time, but Brile's on a killing spree.
That's not horrible. Dying leg.
Bottom. Thinking about it. Playing a little bit with Matu here.
He wants to try and go for this somehow.
You gotta be so careful when you're over against these like hard walls though, when you're playing against a Pengo, because this guy, he's a pinball master.
Definitely.
The pinball wizard over here.
Pinball wizard, yeah. He did demonstrate that a couple of times in this match, so you have to be careful versus Forev.
Runes are up, and J.Storm grabs himself a handful.
3 bounties? Or he just bottled one.
I think he bottled, yeah. Just bottled. Oh, down here, March, he's doing the dance of his people. Will force Kuro to have to go and run himself away. all healed up, but there's still a lot of damage left here to go after Kuro. And there's going to be that Smash Poke throw him up in the air, and March does find himself a kill.
Alright, so they get a kill on Kuroki, but you have to realize where they got that kill. They got it at their shrine. They rotated 2 heroes to go for that. The tier 1 on top, because of that, is still standing. Mind Control is farming out, pushing it. Objectively, that kill is much better for Liquid than it is for J.Storm, even though it's Kuroki that died. So.
And that is the Crystal Maiden ult that got used.
And Crystal Maiden ult, yeah. I mean, who cares about that right now, honestly, but...
I care.
You care?
Stop being such a hater. Top lane, again. This is not looking good for our Slarky friend, but he does have some backup this time. You've got the Pango just rolling around in circles, and they find a kill over on GH.
That's definitely what they needed. Yeah, 4F did get the kill, but...
I was scared that Moo was
yeah, Moo didn't die. He finished that Midas, and like he was, what, 50 gold away from Midas, so not dying there is very crucial. Yes. It's good. I'm not a hater, I love Crystal Maiden's ult. Like blinking in the woods, using it. You don't have to actually blink in the woods anymore. You have plus gazillion armor.
You got that armor, yeah. Tank Maiden.
Yeah, Tank Maiden and Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden, there you go.
Run to the hills, plebs.
Got some really good music quotes here. Man, where's Kyle? He would be loving this right now. My goodness. But top tower, again, this pressure being placed down. And I guess the name of the game comes for J.Storm. Can they keep up this pressure? Because
they still can.
They're not. Well, it's one of those things, right? Like we've saw them actually in the previous game where they felt like things were a little bit more in their control, but slowly but surely they just waited too long. And you know, you saw Liquid not even coming back, because that wasn't the case. They were never really behind. GH though, he is in the wrong place, wrong time. Nice vacuum though, pulls them all together. They try to get that stomp off. Looks like he might be able to walk away, but again, March doing the dance of his people. They've got their eyes over here onto the Dark Spirit. Monkey King gonna come join into the fight now. Drops the Wukong's army. It looks like Fear trying to run himself away, not gonna be able to. Matu finds himself a kill. It's like March throws out the Frostbite, is gonna be able to maybe get away, but there's some more people chasing down at the bottom. Kuro now in for a little bit of trouble. March, he's actually still alive somehow. Miracle gonna have to go use that rage, run himself out, and join the rest of his team. But that is Wukong's command that's down now.
That's Wukong's command that is down. It delayed the push a little bit, just a slight bit, but also what really matters is Miracle didn't die. He has that relic up now, and the next fight, once he gets that Radiance, is going to be very different. Already I see the curtains closing a little bit for J.Storm's show. So far they've been completely dominating and setting the tempo of the game, but once that Radiance is up, I think Liquid is instantly going to strike back.
Definitely see what ends up being the case here. Did they...
This is the problem, you see, like, Moo has this Midas, but he's not progressing with that Midas into anything significant.
I'm twitching a little bit right now. Passive. There's a whole story behind that, I'll tell you another time, but Kuro here, gonna have to go throughout the aquatic shield.
Massive Midas, actually.
Oh, passive Midas. Now, I actually, a while back, I was on my own stream, and I had a passive Midas, and people started donating to get me to use my Midas. It was that bad. So now
awesome.
I'm horribly triggered because I'm like, no.
What? I wouldn't be triggered. Free cash. Oh my god. So that's how you do it?
It was the shame of...
Did you put donation goal? Donate to so I don't know, but
I'm gonna see that on your stream.
You
though,
definitely will. I'm a sellout. I'm the biggest sellout out there. Anyway, yeah, Moo's Midas is great, but for Nyx it means more, right? You get that attack speed, which is awesome on him. You also get that Relic a bit faster and the Radiance, which is going to allow him to fight with his team very soon. How far is he? Like
he's so close to it now. He's got to be so careful here.
Rage TP, lol.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. They don't have anything to cancel it, so.
A great 3-man rotation, 3-man smoke. Basically, it's not that important that they didn't get the kill, because the plan for them is going to still be the same. I think it's going to be to push this tier 2 on bottom and ward that area. We'll see. There's a Basher, full Basher completed on Pango too.
This Pango is pretty loaded.
Definitely.
It's got that pipe too on top of everything else, so...
Radiant's middle
that's
tower
one fat
is under attack.
Pango. Let's see.
Does it roll a little bit slower if he's super fast? Like a bowling ball here. All right, Crystal Maiden, March, you're caught on the cliff, but he's got so much. They hit the aquatic shield too, but they do manage to go stun him up. Greaves are going to get popped over here. It's just this cliff of death right now. Frev just bouncing back and forth. Wukong command's getting used down here on the bottom. Fear using the telekinetic cliff, trying to buy himself a little bit more time to run himself out. Is going to run right into the arms of Miracle though, and Bryle now in for a lot of trouble. He needs to go and kite them, but Miracle gets himself a double kill. So he's looking for more Bryle. He tries, he gets off that Poison Nova, but he is not long for this world. That's a true triple kill coming out, and you're not even done yet if you're on the side of Liquid. You got your eyes on Mr. Forever here, and again, he's pretty fat, he's tanky, but they're just slowly running him down. We'll be able to go and just stun up the Darkseer and make his exit. Moon needs to be careful. He's being a little bit cheeky, just casually farming up that camp. Like, all right, guys, no big deal.
A few strategical mistakes from J.Storm there. First and foremost, you remember when they smoked up to kill Nikes and they didn't? When they didn't kill him, I said, all right, they're probably going to go for that tier 2. And obviously, if I notice it, Liquid is going to as well. So they prepare for it and they fight it off with that Radiance completed.
Come on, man. Uh-oh, this is not looking good. He is silenced up. He's got enough for that lifesteal if he could get it off in time. March trying to run himself away, but the Aphotic Shield will find its mark. And they'll find a kill, though, over onto Matama. They'll find a kill on Kuro as well. And Fear, though, taken down. Can they get that final hit over on the Puppers?
They do get him, plus 200 gold, and there's a lot of stacks on Slark right now, so maybe he can look to pounce on someone else.
He's just trying to be a good boy, man.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Didn't deserve that.
Poor doggo.
That terrible, terrible murder. The goodest boy.
Overall, though, you can see what I was talking about. The moment this Nikes gets Radiance, instantly the game changes. They get a triple kill on him. And
oh, GH.
Oh.
GH, my friend.
Very well played by Forever again. Gets another kill, and this guy needs to carry hard. He needs to carry his team on his shoulders right now. Slark does have that Shadow Blade, but he's just not doing enough at the moment.
He can't really, like, you look at the heroes over on the side of Liquid, and again, you hear Jake just talking like about how, oh, there's Squishy over on the side of J.Storm, but they're not on the side of Liquid. It's not as easy to get one of these, like, quick pick-offs.
They're not, but at the same time, Slark does not care about your beefiness.
That's true, you get all the stats.
Yeah, so it's not too shabby for him.
Can he stay alive long enough is the question, though, as he can get those stacks. That's what it all comes down to.
So far, I don't think the game could have went better for J.Storm. Maybe this last fight, obviously, if they dodged it, it would be good for them. I think that somehow they need to slow down their actions and play around their Slark a little bit, if it's possible, so he gets a few of those permanent stacks. I think he's on 4 right now. A few more would be perfect. He needs to be more involved, definitely. They do have Greaves, they do have Pipe, so it's not like they're in a bad position.
Well, we're seeing a flip from like game number 1, right? In game number 1, we were seeing that, you know, J.Storm had like one person at the top, and then everyone else, though, on the other team was hot on his heels. This time, a little bit of a flip, right? You've got Miracle on the top net worth, but then you've got the 3 cores on the side of J.Storm filling up those next slots. Yeah. And I have to say, like, hats off for Rev. Like, his Pango just knows these angles so well. You see him find one hard area where he can bounce off of, and you're not going anywhere. You're just
He's amazing on
held in place.
He's one of those players that started playing it this
they know.
Came out.
They see him. There's just sentries everywhere. Yep. A very.
You don't really see GH feed as much as he did in this game. Like,
it's a tough game for him. They have the detection at pretty much at all times right now, and they've got this. Oh, if I was thinking about it, that would have been a good area to really bounce around. But
a play that's perhaps possible for Liquid is Infest Bomb with Nikes. You have the Nikes Infest Bomb. But if your Nyx is dying all the time the way he is, you don't want to take that Uber. Definitely. He looks like he's
that's a one star. That's a 1 star.
Pretty much.
Who was it? Was like someone was on. I think it was Soembi said that she had like picked up a cab and the driver like said, "Oh, never mind, I don't want it." Like made her get out.
Dude, my driver was basically burning out in Kiev on the parking lot. He was like making donuts and then burning out, and I'm like, "Yeah, baby."
5-star and a tip. Let's go. Let's have a good time. All right, Marge might be in for some trouble. Wukon's command gets thrown out, and immediately Crystal Maiden is just out of here, and there's no Forever this time. That was a good jump. Rylan for a lot of trouble trying to run himself out. Not gonna be able to go though. Kuroki finding that kill. And they go and they use the Poison Nova as well, so it's a fast tower getting taken down here. Do they go for anything else? Or they gotta go for Roche, you think? They do have a medallion, I know, over on the Lifestealer.
They do whatever they want to right now.
In.
Yeah, as long as Pango is dead, you can take this Roche. Pangolier is very strong in the pit, but you can see the Slark. He went minus Shadow Blade, and now he's useless. I don't like it that much. He even has Silver Edge now. For what?
Silver Edge for what, indeed.
Like, you can use it versus Abaddon as well. It's his ultimate. As long as he's silenced, Silver Edge, they can't use that ulti, you can kill him. But
oh no, oh fear. Miracle, he's feeling strong right now. He's got the Solar Crest, they got that Aegis up and running. think now we're going to start to, like you said, you know, he's got the Radiance. He's feeling like, you know, the rest of his team's going to be able to back him up. He's just going to start...
It's not only
over the
Radiance,
show.
it's the Solar Crest now as well.
Right.
So this Nyx is a beast at the moment. And if the thing is, if J.Storm is initiated on... Oh, Slark, he's been stunned. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, but look at this fight, like out of the trees, right down. We've got 3 heroes caught in the middle of all of this. Crystalman just gets obliterated. Please be Bryle, he manages to get forced forward, but just gets run down. And all right, we do get the Crystalman ulti. They're gonna try to take her down. And look how fast she chips now. They'll find that opening, and looks like Forev in for some trouble here. He needs to try to get himself up. Nice vacuum back. Don't really have that locked up. But look at Miracle, just runs right on in. Fear's gonna be able to go get the telekinetic lift, throw him back a little bit. Moo going forward here, trying to get some of these stacks up. Well, it feels bad, right? Because they're playing on a choke point, which is kind of like when you want to try to get these engagements. You're trying to get, you know, Pango already used that ulti. I'm not sure when he did because we kind of jumped back and forth between these 2 fights. Like, that's a dream for Pango, those couple edges, but...
Yeah, those edges there can be a bit difficult. If you turn into like a little bit wrong, you just get stuck.
Right.
You know, it was one of those glitches when you just get stuck in spot as Pango. But as you said, he loves those cliffs. I agree, it would be a good place for them to fight. They still lose it. They're fighting into an Aegis. It's not easy.
Right.
And honestly, you know how the start of the game felt like everything is in control of J.Storm. They had everything they needed in the early stages of the game. Like, same feels for Liquid right now. They're in full control, honestly. And this Slark, if it was any other carry, I feel it would have done better. If it would have done more. I'm just not sold still on Slark. I have a feeling for them to win, this game has to go for, I don't know, an hour more. This Slark has to get so tanky. He has to get so many items.
He's very behind.
Yeah.
He definitely doesn't feel like he's much of a factor right now, unfortunately.
I think that's their biggest issue. Like, yeah, they were winning across the map, but that hero that's supposed to be like bouncing and creating space and hunting supports in the mid game.
It's been the Forev show.
It's been the Forev show. He's been doing that, but Slark hasn't.
Brow's been able to take objectives. Forev's been able to create, you know, chaotic team fights.
Meanwhile, Slark was dying.
Yeah, and it was not like they were ganking him. Yeah, that's the worst part. It was like dying to just the Darkseer alone, like in the top lane. That should not be happening, like you said.
He is getting that BKB. With Silver Edge BKB, you can jump on the Monkey, you can jump on the Nyx as well. So with that leash, maybe they can take them down.
To get used to the Spike Carapace stolen by Rubik there, just to stun up the...
Are they going to allow him to get the BKB though?
That is the question. They're just going to town right now. You've got that Curse of Avernus due over.
He has Manta finished as well.
HM2, they're just happy with that, and they're going to go chasing after Bryle. Brown's in for a little bit of trouble again. Guardian Group's popping out too. Turn their attention back. The bottom tower is getting wailed on though by those creeps.
Meanwhile, in the distant lands of the bottom lane, one lonely tower dies to 5 creeps.
If no one's there to watch it die though, does it really count? You know, it's one of those paradoxical questions, but March, that's just not doing a whole heck of a lot here. Now Miracle says, all right, that was cute, Crystalman, get out of here. Couple of bounces though coming through with that Rolling Thunder. There's gonna be Wukong's command. The TP coming out from Moon now. He needs to try to burst down someone. Can they get the kill over onto GH? They will be able to take one down. Bryle's gonna get taken down though as well. It's gonna be the buyback though. Venomancer not quite out of the game just yet. Wants to come back, put some more damage down, and with that buyback, it seems like Liquid seems pretty happy with it. They're just gonna walk away, and they still have the Aegis.
That buyback wasn't necessary, to be honest. It was a little bit of a mistake from Veno, as Bryle should have known that Mool creep skipped, and he bought enough time for the protection to come online again. So if Veno didn't buy back, they'd still have to go back. They had no creeps. So, yeah. Maybe they would have continued, but it was unlikely.
Got a 10K net worth lead now going out for Liquid, so the tables have definitely changed. This could have been a pretty decent pick-off here for the Slark, but GH, of course, immediately popping that Spike Carapace.
It's not possible. He has a Force Staff as well, and the new interaction with the leash.
Moo, baby, this is not a good area for you right now. Does he know that there's that many people in the trees? It looks like they're nervous, though. They don't want to fight into it.
He has some backup. They're following him. They're coming to help him, so... Liquid, they're like, all right, calm down there, mister. We'll fight you, just wait. Wait a few seconds.
They're going right back in again. They're on the prowl.
I'm wondering like if Slark is gonna be able to do anything once he gets that BKB. Basically, BKB is so good for him in this match particularly is because it's gonna allow him to join these fights multiple times without using his ultimate, which is huge. As he's gonna be able to get those stacks, re-engage, finally start hitting hard, finally start doing something. And Yeah,
That's been a rough game for him, for sure.
it definitely has.
They also have more of like a skirmishy kind of lineup, though, too, coming up from the side of Liquid this time, too. Just, you know, the fact that you've got the Wukong's command, right, that creates a lot of chaos, but you look at J.Storm, and they're very dependent on Forev having the Rolling Thunder up, having the Poison Nova. March is just can't be alone on the map at this point, honestly.
It's the position 5 curse. Sometimes you have to go out and ward. If you die, you die. It happens.
Moo hopping around the corner here, has himself over onto Kuroki. He's gonna just get stunned up.
They can't really decide if they want to fight or not.
They need to be careful here because they can't seem to make that decision. And oh man, the bell is coming through. Moo cannot afford to be taken down here. They'll use the Shadow Dance. Rubik getting used up into the air. They'll drop it, throw down the wall. BKBs are coming out though en masse now from the side of Liquid as they're trying to chase them down. And again, Moo has to pop his own. We'll have to go use the Shadow Blade. Bryle trying to run himself out, but he's down. There's no buyback now for this Venomancer. Liquid, they're just running at them with their faces right now. Miracle goes right back in here. He's got his eyes over on the side. Silence coming out, followed up with the Boundless. Move's got to just keep dancing in and out here, trying to get some of those stacks up. But look how fast, again, just chasing that March. March is like, I'm dead either way. I'm going to get this ultimate off by hook or by crook, but doesn't matter with that rage. This is not looking good for the side of J.Storm right now. They're just rapidly losing the buildings here into this base. Moo, he's trying again. He goes forward, but he can only do so much against Miracle, and he might be in for a little trouble again. Shadow Blade's going to get popped, and they'll keep throwing out that lucky shot. You know, he keeps seeing Forev do whatever he can, but
it's not a lot, is it?
Fear. No, it's really not. And again, just trying to go in and out. Miracle is all surged up. He's super fast. Boundless is going to land over here onto the Slarks. This is not looking good. He'll turn back around, and he does have the Shadow Dance up again, trying to get the stacks up. There's going to be the vacuum coming through. Fear in for some, or sorry, Forev in for some trouble. Frostbite does come out though, slows down Matoma just a little bit, and they do have the Silver Edge break coming through, and they'll be able to save him up, following up. Maybe could grab GH now, but he's got the force to have the Rolling Thunder
BKB.
Again coming out. The BKB is going to be able to cause a lot of problems, so it's not going to be able to do as much as they would have liked. Both the BKBs back up and run. Do take down Forev here. This is not looking good. They're going to be able to take down March. If they take down Moo, I think this is going to be absolutely it. In fact, it's still not looking great either way.
Moo did get a lot of stacks, so perhaps he
But how
can
does he
kill.
stay alive during all of this, Lizard?
I don't know. He just hides, I guess. Maybe he can take down one target. Let's see. No,
No, this is not looking good right now for Moo. He needs to get out, swim, little fishy, and he got caught up in that net.
That's just game, I think, right there. They do have a tier 2 on top, but
I mean, how do you stop these guys? Look at them. They're pretty much full health. You've got Curl just hanging out in the background, just constantly healing up people whenever they need to.
you beg for mercy, right in all chat or something. I don't know what you
just kidding. Just kidding, guys. please stop murdering our poor Crystal Maiden. Yeah, 4 hits. And they're just going for the throne. There's no reason to delay it any longer at this point.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing J.Storm can do about this. Pango is alive, but so what?
It doesn't even have his ultimate right now. And again, this was what I was concerned about with J.Storm. They were holding all the cards, it felt like, at the beginning half of this game, and then it just all slipped away from them. Oh boy, all right, see you later, Fear. Wukong's command, Bryle, there's the GG call. So Liquid, you know, I would say they were heavily favored in this particular matchup, and J.Storm, they did a pretty decent job in delaying them. But in the end, Liquid, it's Liquid.
Sometimes these trump cards, such as Lark, sometimes these heroes that are looking a little bit awkward in the draft work out for the team that picked them, and they shine bright, but this Lark did not. This Lark had a rough lane. It's not only the lane, the way he played afterwards. He died a few times, and his team played really well in the first 10-15 minutes. Truth be told, it's because of Liquid's draft that allowed it as well. But once they got their items, once that Radiance was up on Nyx, it's game
do you think
over.
it would have been different? Like, because I felt like the Pango did a great job, and again, they had that little bit of agreement of just the 1v1 in the bottom lane, and he was making a lot of space. Bryle was taking towers. Would it have run a little bit differently if you'd been able to have a different core, perhaps?
You mean instead of Slark?
Instead of Slark.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, all right,
I agree. If they had any different hero that works in a different way, if they had something that scales super hard, then they wouldn't be forced into taking these objectives all the time. They would be able to calm down a little bit after all those tier 1s, right? So they wouldn't be forced to fight that Nyx with Radiance even. But with Slark, you're kind of like, he has a Midas and a Shadow Blade. We have to hunt them. Like, what else do we do,
Right. Well, we're actually going to throw it over to the desk, and I want to ask you guys, what do you think about that? Do you think it would have been a little bit different if they had had a different hero, or do you think that Liquid still was going to be pretty dominant.
I think Liquid would have still been pretty dominant, but I'm not the honest. Jake, what do you think? He's waving, by the way.
No,
so
I just want to say hi, Moxie.
Hi, guys.
What about me?
That couch looks pretty
Hi,
comfy.
Lizard.
Love you, baby.
Okay.
Whoa, should we get you guys a room?
Thanks, guys.
You.
I think Liquid showed just how dominant they were. At the same time, I feel like we saw a side of J.Storm that they probably want to hide next time. It wasn't great. They Slark. It was like, what?
I don't know what the Slark was about, but we did see glimmers of hope from the Pango.
It wasn't that bad. The
Yeah,
Pango played
sure.
super well.
I like the Pango a lot. He really made a lot of stuff happen. He turned around a lot of fights, especially that early one with the Darkseer. And that was
I
beautiful.
mean, before 20 minutes, even the chat were typing like panel so bait, like they were taunting us, like because they were winning. Jason was kind of winning, but you know, anyone who's experienced now, the Radiance came out, then they fought and won the team fight.
Yes.
And then it's like, oh,
That is why we're on the panel and not in
Yeah.
the chat.
the chat.
We have also got a little bit more information and a little bit more visual aspects as to how this game got out of control.
That Crystal Maiden armor looking pretty good there.
This is
until
the
she
Radiance
died.
timing is all. So this is it.
Look at this.
Yeah, do some drawing. It has
circle
monkey
here.
ult. Beautiful.
There you go. J.Storm trying to make their way out, but
That's
just look at all this positioning. You got Monkey King here, uncontested.
Yeah, the key
flow
here is
in
this
here.
guy right here. This guy just goes ham, kills everyone. They can't stop him because he's got Radiance. But doesn't do anything because he's raged.
That's
what do you
right.
do against that?
That, you
So they
do
all
an
just have
M
to
there.
retreat.
Okay,
No.
well, I guess that's that. Thank you. But yes, as we talked about before, with all that magical damage, Lifestealer, great pick. Got the rage, got the radiance, got everything that he needed to make that game his.
It was a bit surprising to see that they could get that Lifestealer and it worked out the way it did. It has been a little bit out of the meta, the Radiance Lifestealer, but it worked out real well. Maybe a reason for some other teams to start picking it as well. But overall, I mean, J.Storm, their early game is pretty okay. In both games, it was.
Pretty okay is nice.
It's
But
nice.
It wasn't.
It's not going to make you win a major, though.
I'm not smart enough to understand that Slark, though. I still don't get it. What was the plan? Like, why?
Well, we can ask someone else that may have a little bit more insight as to why, but let's find out. Hey, GH!
Hello,
How are you doing today?
doing good.
Good, good. We were hoping that you could give us some insight on J.Storm's strategy, because we had question marks with the Slark, and we were wondering if they knew something, and you guys know something that we didn't. What did you think of the Slark pick when you saw it come out from J.Storm?
Well, after in the draft, we felt that we had the edge, and they had to bring out something really big to win the game, but we didn't know what that was. We just felt that eventually we will win the game, because their heroes didn't match good against our heroes in the late game.
Yeah.
I think the idea of the Slark was they wanted something that deals physical damage, because they had a lot of magical damage. And it was a good hero to try lane if they wanted. They chose to go aggressive try lane. So I think that was their idea.
All right, awesome answer. Because you guys did obviously were very dominant in the late game, both games actually. But in the laning stage, J.Storm, you were never worried because you were always knowing that you could force it out to late game, you'd be fine.
Well, we were never worried because in the end of the draft, we just feel that we have the superior draft, so there's no pressure on us. That's how it felt to me in both games. So if we draft in that way, if we draft in a way that we know that our draft is better in the game, we feel good.
All right, I have Slacks and Bulldog next to me as well, and they would also love to pick your brain for a little bit.
Hey, GH, it's me, Bulldog. Is
You sound
Winter
different.
Wyvern a dragon? No, I'm just kidding. Hey, it's me. It's Slacks. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm doing great, pal. All right, so, GH, you're famous for picking broken-ass heroes like Cuddle and Wisp. I want to ask you, what do you think is the most broken hero in Dota? Who needs the nerf?
Well, let me correct your assumption first. I don't think Cuddle or Wisp are broken at the moment.
Okay, yeah, of course you don't, you spammer. But continue.
I don't even spam these
Yeah,
heroes.
whatever, dude.
I feel like for the past 2 weeks, Snakes was kind of broken. I feel like Mars is a really broken hero. I hate playing against it in every game. Every time I play with it, I feel like we auto win. I know that you love this hero, so I'm gonna say it's the worst hero in the game. He needs a lot of buffs.
Attaboy.
Yes, that's on the record. But
Really?
on the
So
record,
you don't think Viper is broken or right now?
I don't think so, honestly. I feel like Viper has some answers. I feel like the only broken thing about Viper is that he has a good spell.
Okay.
All right. Well, speaking about Wisp, he got some major changes, and it was kind of broken for a little bit, but now he got some more nerfs. We don't see him that much in pub anymore. Do you think he's like still a top pick in competitive Dota, or where do you think he would be?
I feel like, first of all, hello. I've never saw, and you never said hi to me, which I'm kind of offended for that because I always see you here, but I never, like, you never had this communication. We never said hi, so I'm just gonna say hi
Hello,
now.
sir.
Okay, so I feel like Wisp is now on the tier of every other hero. I feel like if the player is good on the hero will be good. If not, then the hero won't be good. As of recently, Wisp was being banned and picked every time because I felt like the hero was a bit too strong, so everyone could pull it off. But now I feel like the nerfs that hit him are good enough to make him the same tier as every other hero.
So you think he's ready to come back?
I think he is ready to come back, but I feel like the lack of people playing it in pub games feel to me that like not everyone knows how to play against it or what to expect from it since the new changes.
Do you think that if he's back, you're gonna first pick him again?
That's a tough one because I haven't played the hero in so long.
Sure.
Opposite to what Slack says about me being a spammer.
What a surprise. The best
And
Wisp
second of
player
all,
in the
I don't
world.
like communicating with techie speakers.
Hey, shut off the camera. No need for this interview. Thank you.
But like, I feel like I will play the hero when it's back in Captain's Mode.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to when that happens because that's always a joy to watch. I'm also going to let you go because you're done for the day, and we're going to see you tomorrow in the upper bracket.
All right, see you guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And that, of course, was GH from Team Liquid, and they are victorious 2-0s all round in Group A, which is, of course, the group that we're following over here. There is also Group B, C, and D, and we can take a look at what's happening in the world of Dota 2 right now, because there's a lot of action all across the board. And Group A for today is done. We were the fastest group.
Yay!
Wow. As you can see, other teams are still playing. So the one is not in terms of score, but that is in terms of series one. I can update you a little bit into how it went because obviously everybody heard about that first game between Nip and Fnatic. That was 70-something minutes. Fnatic won the 70-minute game and then lost the next two games after that. Took all their energy, so Nip won that series and Fnatic lost. PSG LTD versus Infamous is still going on. Virtus.pro versus Forward. We all heard how Forward won that first game.
Wow.
But then Virtus.pro won the next two after that. So they
unexpected.
also won the series, and Forward Gaming lost that series. Vici Gaming 2-0'd Chaos and EG versus Navi. I think game 2 is still going on, but the first game was already won by EG.
Oh.
And Navi beat EG, right? 2-0?
So that's literally what I just said. They lost the first game.
So I was not listening.
That's great.
Well, it's been an eventful first day. I think it's safe to say that everything here, at least for Group A, has played out as we expected it to. I must say, I was very happy with the way Keen and Storm played because obviously we thought they were going to lose the series, but they were very active and they're actually both pretty
Very
scary
good.
in that first 20 minutes. They just need to shape up the last bit.
I wasn't happy. I want to see those underdogs win. I don't care if you play okay. Get out there. This is a major, gosh darn it. This is TI. Pull out all the stops,
It's
baby.
not TI.
I mean, it's close. It's building
It's
up to
only
TI.
the group stage. You gotta calm down.
I'm not calm
The
down.
loser bracket, that's when you pull it out.
Yeah. You know what is going you know what's really going to be exciting?
I love this show so much.
Between Keen and Storm, because those two will face each other tomorrow, and it will be, I think, a very action-packed series. I'm very curious
Hell yeah.
also as to how a Secret and Liquid will do against each other, because that is another match that we have got tomorrow in store for you. And then to finish it all off, we have got the loser of that versus the winner of the match I mentioned earlier. So we have 3 series tomorrow, and they all start at 1 p.m. Or at least we start at 1 p.m. CET. Make sure you keep that in mind and you write that down in your agenda. Now, thank you, gentlemen, for joining me today. I started the day talking to Thomas and how he is in process of, over the course of the next 9 to 10 days, we're going to have a little bit of a theme song built, or at least, we're going to see where it's going. And so I'm going to leave you with him showing us what he has got so far. We'll see you tomorrow.